Well, good afternoon folks, and welcome to another review video. We are in Armenia, principally we're in Yerevan, and this is Zwartnots International Airport. Armenia is a country bordered in the east by Azerbaijan and in the west by Turkey, and in the north I think by Georgia. A reasonably large country, and this is a new scenery for Zwartnots Yerevan International Airport in Yerevan in Armenia. Scenery is by AMSIM, Alpha Mike Sierra India Mike, and it's available from SimMarket. Download is 726 megabytes and it installs into your community folder at 2.14 gigs, so quite a compressed download, but quite large when you open it all up. Prices on SimMarket at the moment, you're looking at €14.39, which equates to roughly $16.25 United States US and £12.18 UK. Those prices include tax or VAT, which of course will vary whichever country you make your purchase in. And as I said, it's available now from SimMarket. It's been out a little while. I think there might well be one other review at least on this, but I've had this for about a week or so and said I was going to review it, so here we are. So I hope you enjoy this review and find it useful. This is a nice scenery, it's very well done, and we'll get a close look in a minute, but we'll start with some history. So Zwartnots International Airport is the main international airport gateway of Yerevan in the Republic of Armenia. The airport is located 9.5 miles or 15 kilometers away from Yerevan, which is the capital of Armenia. And of course it's the busiest airport in the country. In operation since 1961, the airport initially envisaged handling flights operated solely on the territory of the former USSR. In 1980, the airport underwent renovation to meet the domestic traffic demands of the former Soviet Union. In 1990, when Armenia became independent, the growth of cargo traffic resulted in the construction of a new cargo terminal which has literally over 100,000 tons capacity. I think this is maybe a typo there. However, in December 2001, the government of Armenia signed a concession agreement with an Argentine corporation, Corporación América, to entrust management of the airport to the Armenian International Airports Organization, or CJSC, and that was due to run for 30 years. In June 2002, this management company assumed control of the airport, and since that time it's committed itself to expansion and renovation. In 1985, the airport was granted ICAO Standards 2 category. Later on, in order to bring the airport services to international standards, the airport runway was completely renovated. New security, information and check-in systems were installed. VIP lounges were restructured. A new passenger terminal was built, with the arrival hall starting operation on September 14, 2006, and the departure hall operating in May the following year. In the spring of 2008, construction of the new passenger terminal public zone began. Passenger check-in desks, examination points, all were expanded in the new 52,000 square metre complex. New underground parking was built, and in autumn 2011 the new terminal was put into operation. Following these changes, the navigation system was updated and installed on the main runway, with runway 09 having an ILS Category 2 equipped system fitted, allowing low visibility landings with a 30-metre ceiling and 350-metre forward visibility. The airport's able to accept Antonov 225, Boeing 747-400 and Airbus A380 aircraft. In December 2019, the annual passenger figure exceeded 3 million for the first time in Armenia's history. The airport is served by over 40 different airlines. January 2013, during the second annual Emerging Airports Conference, an exhibition held in Dubai, Yerevan's Zwartnots International Airport was chosen as the best emerging airport of Russia and the Baltic states. The airport has one main runway, 0927, which we're looking at now, made of a mixture of asphalt and concrete. It's 12,630 feet long, or 3,850 metres. Runway 09 has the high intensity approach lighting system version 2, that's with the strobes. Centerline lighting, touchdown zone lighting and precision approach path indicators as well. It's also ILS category 2 equipped, also featuring a VOR and RNAV approach option 2. Runway 27 has an RNAV Yankee and Zulu approach option, and additionally has a circle to land option. Care must be taken approaching from the east due to the high terrain rising to over 7,000 feet. Preferential landing runway of course is 09, departing runway 27. So there's a quick brief history for you. As you can see, the airport looks quite nice. It fits very well in the default scenery. As you can see in the distance there, we've got quite a lot of civilization around us. So anyway, let's get down and dirty, so to speak, and have a close look at the airport. And as before in my reviews, we'll have a look round during the day, then we'll go to dusk and night time and have a look at the lighting, and we'll discuss how accurate this airport is according to the Navigraph charts. So let's get down and have a good look. So we begin at the eastern part of the airport, and we're looking at the cargo building and the cargo stands, which are very close to the threshold of runway 27. Looks fairly basic, but let's get up close and have a closer look and see if there's any further detail. So as you can see, the inside of the building is complete, but there's nothing inside. At least we're not looking at an open roof, which we see in some buildings that haven't been completed. But it looks okay. The outside looks fairly basic, but again it works. It's nicely weathered actually, if you look at looking here. And as you can see, you've got the aircraft stands as well. And there's plenty of skid marks and tyre marks and bits and pieces which kind of bring this to life a bit. And here we are looking at the cargo building from landside, which looks a lot more developed and a lot nicer than it does airside. But then that's to be expected. You've got a decent car park, lots of nice foliage, beautifully done. The actual entrance to the building's nice. The airside bit doesn't matter. All you need is a parking space for aircraft and some method to get the cargo out to the jets. So let's see if there's anything inside this structure. Negative. It's just a block. But as you can see from the outside, it looks very, very nice. Perfectly okay. So let's go back airside again and look a little further towards the west. So just a quick look at the signage there, perfectly clear, even close up, nice and crisp, and you can see how it's bolted into the concrete. Very nice. So this is the helicopter apron. According to the chart, we move continually moving west towards apron 2, which is here. Again, you can see a few more stands. Can't see the helicopter aiming point, which actually should be on there, but that's not a problem. We continue further east through apron 2, and eventually we'll reach the new terminal area. As you can see, the ground markings are all nice and crisp. The lines are good. There's a control tower. Now have a look in a minute and see if there's anything inside. Oh, there's the main tower. Presumably that smaller one is for the fire service. Trees look good. As you can see, the buildings are crisp and clear. So we've got 3 towers here. Have a look over there in a minute and see what that car is, which gives us a clue what that tower is. So here's your parking stands. Haven't tested the jetways, but we'll have a look at the documentation and see everything about them. Building looks good. As you can see, the ground clutter is quite adequate. Bits and pieces, nothing serious to write home about. So we carry on round. As you can see, the stands go all the way around the back here. So we just come landside here of the main terminal building and have a little look. The structure is very interesting there. You can see the car park. We'll go down in a minute and see. Here's the main entrance coming in from the road. A road to define, although there are no markings on these ones. But anyway, let's turn around. So we had road signs there, but nothing written on them. We just go past them here and then turn around. You can see the signs are there, but there's nothing written on them, so they're not completed, which is a pity. Maybe an update, we'll see. So let's just head towards the terminal building. These are the control gates here going in, presumably where security is. Now here you've got two car parks, one on the left there, and you've got this internal car park here, which looks very, very nice. Again, everything's crisp and clean. So let's go down to the lower level. Flashing textures, which occasionally you do get, but it still looks nice. I love the colours. And again, looking the other way, all looks pretty nice. Concrete structure looks good. Reflections here in the windows. So here we are on the upper level. As you can see, this isn't actually a road. Again, they've not really put any road markings, so it's only the fact that we've got this going up here that actually alerts you to the fact that this is a road. So probably needs to be a little bit more work done here. Again, flashing textures, but they're not really a great issue. And there you got the down ramp. So I've gone inside the building onto the very lower level. You can see that's not really completed. Go up to the next level. As you can see, within the inside shell of the building is there, but we've got no doors or entrance points. And again, on the uppermost level, at least the whole thing is enclosed. The building is complete, but the internals and the access to the building, doors or whatever, well, there basically aren't any. So just a quick view from the outside. The building looks lovely, done a nice job on it, it's very crisp, and they've captured the essence of the way it looks. But yeah, no doors, no entrances or anything way to get into the building. Looks a little bit sort of half finished to me. It's a real pity, it's a good job, not completed. And when there again, we've got road signs there with nothing on them. A little road going through that's interrupted by a wall, unfortunately. Just looking through the corner of the building. Again, the building looks great, got no complaints about it. It does look nice. And the whole area is clean and crisp, but it's all just a bit unfinished, unfortunately. Another look towards the circular tower and the apron there. Possibly this might look better at dusk when the lights come on, we'll see. So we'll have a look, see if there's anything in the tower. I doubt that there will be, but we'll have a look. As you can see, no, the internal part of this tower building isn't done. So just looking at this structure from airside, at least they've done this airside road bit here, and the glass here looks good. It looks as though there might be some internal work done on this building. Let's go and have a look. Well, there is, it's complete, but of course nothing inside it. But you can see out through the tinted windows, it's got a roof on, lighting's okay. So again, it's been done, but it's not complete. So there's your jetways. They look like default Asobo ones to me, but that's okay. They look good. You've got the piers. Signage on the ground looks good and crisp. I mean, it might be too bright for some, but I'm quite happy with it. And again, looking towards the east, everything looks nice. So we're just panning across the front here. We'll have a look in that tower. So as you can see, this little tower, whatever it is complete in as much as it's a building and it's fully enclosed, but there's nothing inside. But as you can see, nice views out from the tower. So let's have a look at this, which I think is the main control tower. Let's have a look. And again, we've got the inside of the tower there, but again, nothing inside. So this one, I doubt this is going to have anything inside either. This is possibly a fire watch room, I'm not sure. And here you've got the big VOR station, literally sitting right on the airport. So there you go, there's a close look at a VOR radio aid if you've not seen one before. So that about takes care of the sort of airport environment locally, bits and pieces there. Many buildings and things that have been done. Actually, there's one building there we might want to look at closely. Right, again, the building's nicely structured outside, but again, there's no contents to the building. So there you go, folks. That was a little bit of history, and there's a reasonably good tour of the airport during the day. Let's drop the lighting down to dusk and have a look and see how it looks in the dusk and the darkness hours. Many airports tend to come to life when you lower the light, arrive in the evenings, and hopefully this airport is no exception. So let's drop the lighting down. So it's 4:35 PM local time, and as you can see, the lights have just come on. Nothing fantastic, but again you can see that there is quite a nice attention to detail there. We've got the runway well lit, we have centerline lights on the runway, we have green centerline taxiway lighting as well that we can see. Parts of the terminal and stand area are partly lit, and of course the city's coming to life in the background. So here we are, quick look down runway 9. This is the ILS equipped category 2 runway. As you can see, we have the high intensity runway lighting system version 2 with the strobes, centerline lighting, precision approach path indicators to the left side of the runway, and yep, everything you need really to make a decent landing in even in low vis conditions. Pretty good. So here we're looking at runway 27. Now, according to the Navigraph Jefferson charts, runway 27 also has high intensity runway lighting, but it's version 1 without the strobes and PAPIs, but of course you can see it's missing in the scenery. So runway 27 might be a little bit of a challenge for you, certainly not in low visibility conditions. Possibly they might make an update, we'll see, depends if anybody sees this video. But other than that, you've got end lighting there, edge lighting, centerline lighting. Runway itself is usable for departures. So once again we'll take a slow pan from west to east. There you can see one of the towers. The lighting's quite subtle, looks quite nice. Reflections move as well, which is good. Coming past the main terminal here. It's adequate, quite nice. Some of the vehicles are lit as well, you can see. There you can see one of the airport vehicles just lighting up and taxiing away. Very nice. There you can see the tug's got its lights on, and the catering truck there also has got its lights on. I wonder which airline this is. More to come in due course. So a quick look across part of the landside car park there, and the colours on the building really look nice. Everything's pretty sharp. Lighting looks good. These lighting stanchions, again, they light up the correct areas, which is something that I'm pretty hot on, really. I've seen so many sceneries where they've put in lighting, or the areas that are lit, they've got no obvious source of lighting. A little look at the terminal from landside there, or just from the from the eastern side looking west. Lighting's really nice. Colours on the building look good, just very attractive. Everything looks very pleasant. So there's the car park. Again, we've got light in there, but no obvious source. The lighting looks great, don't get me wrong, it looks lovely, but I can't see any lights in the roof that provide the source of that lighting. But no, it's fine. It's you know, it really is just nitpicking. Looking at the terminal there, we've got some flickering. Not sure really if it's my graphics card or whether it's just caused by the scenery, but no, it looks fine. And just a quick look in towards the airport there from the landside road. Very pleasant. So we we have a quick tour around the back of the building here. As you can see, green taxiway lighting, which is exactly what you need. Very nice. And the ground markings are all nice and crisp and clear. So there you can see the taxiway signage is good, it's clear even close up. Runway signage, entry point there is good. A very quaint little building there. Got a feeling this is part of the instrument landing system, not entirely sure. Wonder what's inside. Well, nothing much really, but it does look nice and bright. Just looks good from the outside, very nice. So as you can see, the airport and its environs generally look pretty good. So let's drop the the darkness down a little further. Let's go into night time and see whether we get a big improvement on the lighting. Okay, it's 8 PM local time. As you can see, it's well dark now. And generally there has been some improvement on the lighting. The area looks pretty good, runway's easily defined, you can see the green centerline lights as well. And the city's lit up. The ramp areas are looking reasonably good from here. And looking to the threshold of 09 there on the left. So let's get down a little bit closer and have a look at the ramp area and see how good the lighting is, especially when you leave the runway. We'll have a look at that too. Okay, we're moving from runway 27 east westwards across the ramp. As you can see, a significant amount of it isn't lit at all. Basic lighting in the buildings. You've got your taxiway lighting, but the ground really isn't lit well enough for you to see where the taxiway lighting sort of works with. It's only when you get close to the main terminal buildings look that we start to get lighting improved on the ramp. It's not bad, but it's not brilliant either, I have to say. See, overall they're looking towards the terminal. It looks quite nice. Lighting, as I said, the lighting is basic. It really is basic. Certainly the ramp lighting could do with being a bit better. To some extent, I'm not really sure where the source is. You've got light stanchions here. They're really not providing an awful lot of light. If we look left across the ramp generally, so you can see you've got centerline lighting, but you're going to be relying on your nose gear light to light up most of the ramp because the lighting's a bit dark. So just slightly landside there, looking at the terminal building probably from the boundary. Lighting's not bad here. This looks quite pleasant. As you can see, you've got light stanchions that light the correct area. There are again these little floating bulbs which Asobo seems to put in almost every scenery. There's another one there. But the building looks good, terminal looks interesting, although unfortunately they made it so you can see through the glass, which is brilliant. But of course there's nothing really in the terminal for you to see, unfortunately. Car park's nicely lit. There you can see the terminal. You can see through the glass, but as I said, there's nothing really there to see, which is a pity. A slightly higher view there. Again, lighting is adequate, it's perfectly okay. No real complaints. But obviously they've chosen to go only this far with building. And looking out towards landside, you've got the signage. So you've got the green signs here, but nothing written on them. We saw those earlier during the day. So there we go. We're looking pretty much just behind the airside landside boundary, looking towards airside. Kudos for the green taxiway lights. There's plenty of them, and it should make life a little easier when you land at this place during the night. But generally the ramp lighting is not as good as it could be. Having said that, let's go and have a close look at the ramp area. So stand 14 there, we're looking at the building behind it, which has the illusion of things going on because of the lighting, which is nice touches. It's perfectly acceptable, really, don't get me wrong. When you think about FSX and P3D and you think what we have now, this is a huge leap forward. And I think I have to be really careful not to expect far too much. It's really easy to get used to all these wonderful sceneries and say, oh really, now you should be doing this, you should be doing that. Developers are making big strides as time goes on, but the quality of sceneries in Flight Simulator 2020 is a huge step up in terms of the realism of flying in and out of these places, which after all is what we do. So the ramp lighting is adequate. It's not huge, considering you've got 5 bulbs up here. They're really not producing a hell of a lot of light. However, it's fine, it's perfectly okay. When you start to get over the ramp here, you can just see some of the driving lines there, centre line lights. You can just see them. It obviously would look better when you've got your nose gear light on. Taxiing should be fine. Just panning out towards the runway here. General impression is it all looks a bit dark, but you know, it's perfectly acceptable. You can fly in here at night. You've got a category 2 landing system on runway 9 at the other end in the distance there. They really need to add the PAPIs and the high intensity runway lights on runway 27 as per the chart. I'll try and show you that in a minute. But generally this is okay. It just doesn't sort of go the whole way that some sceneries do at night time during dusk hours. It's a nice product. They have obviously chosen to develop it only so far, but as I said, it's perfectly acceptable. It suits the needs of most pilots. Okay, so let's take it up to dawn and have a look and see what it looks like at dawn. So it's dawn, 3 minutes past 7 in the morning, and as you can see we still have some of the lighting. And this is what you're going to be greeted with at this time of the day. And they're looking slightly towards the southeast is where the sun would come up. Very nice. Although you've got to be careful of these mountains. Particularly that one there. Well, there you go, folks. That pretty much wraps up this review. What do I think? Yep, it's fine. It's not the greatest work job in the world, but it does give the atmosphere of the airport as it is. I've done quite a bit of research on this airport, and seen lots of photographs of how it looks, and the scenery does pretty accurately reflect how the airport looks. Obviously the developers have chosen only to go so far with the design. Lighting could be improved possibly. Certainly from some of the photos I've seen, the lighting here looks quite dim, and many of the buildings, some of them certainly at night time, are completely missing any kind of lighting at all. Actually the city shows more lighting than some of these buildings. But as a pilot flying into here, it's got everything you need. And because it's Flight Sim 2020, it's hugely more developed than you might see in Prepare 3D, for example. And it looks good. Everything you need looks fine. So is it worth the price? Yeah, just about. Would like to see the runway 27 lighting, approach lighting fixed. I'd like to see a little bit more work done on this, if possible, certainly to improve the night lighting. And it would be nice if they did a little bit more landside. It doesn't necessarily have to develop the building, but for example, they've got road signs over there coming into the airport, but nothing written on them. It's kind of pointless putting them up there, but it's like a job slightly unfinished. But apart from that, it's a nice airport. I'm happy with it. I'm certainly going to fly into it. We'll do an adventure at some point. And yeah, so there you go. That wraps it up. Zwartnots in Yerevan, Armenia by AmSim. And I'll put the prices and details up here. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you found this useful, and I'll see you in the next review. This is Lee, Virtual Airline Pilot, saying bye for now, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye now.